Hey, welcome to the Human Nature Channel. I'm your host, Alex Tamsul, and what am I doing here? Well, what I'm doing is commentary and analysis on noteworthy topics, taking said topics and putting them through what I like to call the filter of unabstracted human nature. An idea so good, it deserves its own sound effect. But first, a little something about myself. From 1974 to 1978, I went to Indiana University of Pennsylvania. A great school, I loved going there, and I got a degree in English literature. Since IUP is a teacher's college, basically my background is that of an English teacher. I also managed to get a minor in political science, so of course I think I'm Kissinger. Which is something my friends say to me all the time. Not that I'm Kissinger, but of course I think I'm Kissinger. I've been thinking about starting a new YouTube channel for a while now. I have another one. It's called Movie That's So Groovy with Alex. Please check it out. In-depth movie reviews. It was almost turning into like a film class. There's 7 videos. I had a lot of fun making them. I'm very proud of the way they turned out. But the thing is, I had to put the channel on hiatus. The reasons for that I'll go into in later videos when I start talking about my adventures on YouTube, not just as a viewer, but as a content creator. And since this is my second go-around on a YouTube channel, I now know what Thomas Edison meant when he said, "I know 10,000 ways how not to make a light bulb." So I put some thought into this. It was like, how am I going to go about it? How am I going to approach it? And then I go, well, wait a minute. I do spend a lot of time in coffee shops talking to people. I know. Let's pretend you and I are sitting in a coffee shop talking. A topic comes up and we discuss it, or more like I do all the talking and you sit there and nod, whatever you're more comfortable with. But considering all the time I do spend in coffee shops, it should be the easiest thing in the world. And do not let the Batman logo fool you. I really am the Joker. So Alex, why the Human Nature Channel? Good question, thank you for asking. I'm of the opinion that human nature gets short shrift. You go back to the 17th century and the great French philosopher René Descartes, and you see he's kind of the start of this. He placed reason and logic and objectivity above the emotions, as if they were of secondary importance, not even worthy of study. I ran this idea past my good friend Mark, the human encyclopedia, and he said, what about St. Thomas Aquinas? And I said, what about him? Okay, in the interest of completeness, we do find these ideas expressed by Aquinas. The reason I'm picking on René Descartes, Mr. I think therefore I am, is I kind of see him at the beginning of the modern era. The scientific frames of reference, the legalistic frames of reference, I think we can trace a lot of this back to him. I do get a kick out of those types on YouTube who are really big on reason and logic and objectivity, as if they never heard of a logical fallacy or a paradox. The poet John Donne said, "No man is an island." Well, explain the Isle of Man, buddy. So where does that leave us? For my money, I see merit in taking a noteworthy topic and putting it through the filter of unabstracted human nature. It's like playing with a Play-Doh fun factory, right? You take the topic and you put it in one end and you push down on the handle and it squirts out the other end in shapes you want. Hey, I had that as a kid. I had a blast with that toy. So anyway, here's the question, and I posed it to my other good friend, Brian. I said, Brian, if government is a product of human nature, and lying and deceit are products of human nature, Would you expect your government to tell you the truth 100% of the time? And Brian went, no! Yeah, just like that. So anyway, I'll leave you with this thought. I really think Shakespeare and Descartes are the two men who really begin the modern era as we know it. If you want to argue with me, please leave a comment in the comment section. Later.